Looking out for a new horizon, reaching out, I can almost see the place, holding on with a heart that's frozen in the dark, but I am not afraid. No, I am not afraid. We'll be free, but I don't know where we're going. You and me, this is our life and we own it, like lions in the wild. Like lions in the wild. Like lions in the wild. Looking out at the open skyline, reaching out, I can almost touch the place where the lost ones find their freedom in the dark, but I am not afraid. No, I am not afraid. We'll be free, but I don't know where we're going. You and me, this is our life and we own it, like lions in the wild. 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 Looking out for a
From the Situation Room, we now have sight of the meteor heading towards Earth, but at this moment it is still unclear as to whether or not it will hit. What we do know is that all resources are being used to minimize risk. This could be the end. I will keep you posted as we attempt to get the situation under control.
I might be anyone, a lone fool out in the sun. Your heartbeat of solid gold. I love you, you'll never know. When the daylight comes, you feel so cold. You know, I'm too afraid of my heart to let you go. Waiting for the fire to light, feeling like we could do right. Be the one that makes tonight. 'Cause freedom I might be anyone, a lone fool out in the sun. Your heartbeat of solid gold. I love you, you'll never know. When the daylight comes, you feel so cold. You know, I'm too afraid of my heart to let you go. Waiting for the fires you light, feeling like we could do right. Be the one that makes tonight. 'Cause freedom is a lonely road. We're under control. For the fire to light, feeling like we could do right. Be the one that makes tonight. 'Cause freedom is a lonely road. We're under control. Under control.
All right, welcome. I am really excited. If you all could let me know if you all could hear me and see me pretty well. I want to make sure you all could hear me and see me pretty well. These next few moments are going to be very, very important. If you could just drop some ones or some fires in the chat. I know we have a few people coming from so many different places. That is good. That's good. So many different places. And, definitely this afternoon, you all are spending these next few moments with me. I promise to not waste your time. And I think that this is probably one of the most important conversations that you all are probably going to have for this particular year. I've had conversations with several people in regards to what I'm about to show you all, and it completely changed their outlook on what they're looking to do to accomplish their goals in 2026. And you want to be in a situation to where if you're in a space to where you're looking at accomplishing any type of goal this particular year, you have to involve AI in it. So I want to have a conversation over the next few moments, not necessarily in regards to the industry that we're a part of, that is really going to the next level by itself without AI. But I want to show you all over the next few moments how we're utilizing AI to allow people to be in a situation to where they're transforming the way that they do business. I have people that are 10, 15, 20-year veterans in this industry, and what I have showed them have completely changed how they're in a situation to where how they're responding to their industries now. They're changing everything that they have done and learned over the last 5 to 10 years. And they're saying this is going to be a game changer. So I'm super excited for all of you all that made the decision to join. My name is Keon Edwards, and I've been blessed to be in the financial services industry for over 8 years. I've been licensed in 4 different types of insurance for the last 4 years. And I've been full-time in this particular sector. I own several companies, estate planning firms. We're in a situation where we're doing taxes, accounting, and we're helping clients become necessarily in a space where they're able to really be financially free, and they understand the goals when it comes down to financial freedom and how to hit it 10 times faster. And when I was introduced to this particular company, Set for Life, I was in a space to where I had no need to build an agency. I had no need to have a conversation with people in regards to how to service clients at a high level. But when I had a conversation and they told me in regards to everything that they were doing AI-wise, I remember me being in a space to where I got into the industry at 21 years old, and I completely changed the game for a lot of people because they were in a space to where they were so used to doing everything the old way. This is a business to where, of course, people are becoming multimillionaires in this space, but they're so used to doing everything the old way. And I got introduced to this industry, which is the insurance industry, right after COVID. And after COVID, little did I know, everything about the insurance industry changed to the point where before COVID, you weren't in a situation to where you could actually sell insurance online. That would have blew my mind if I would have joined prior to COVID. Before COVID, most of the cases that were being approved needed a blood and urine sample in order for that client to be insured. It would have blew my mind at that particular time. So when I got introduced to how people are now in a situation to where they're taking advantage of taking advantage of the laws changing, it clicked for me. So I said, I need to take advantage of the insurance industry because I already knew how to sell online. Okay. And I already knew how to create a business model where people were going to say, you know what, what Keon is selling, what Keon just offered me is incredible and it works and is going to put me in a great position for my life. But one thing that I was missing over the last 5 years of being in this industry was being in a space to where I can duplicate myself, to where I can have a conversation with hundreds or even thousands of sales reps in the insurance space. And I can say, hey, you have the opportunity to do what I did in the insurance space. I did not have that opportunity to confidently tell a person that before I got introduced to this particular platform. I had over 1,000 people in my mentorship programs. I was not even confident to build an agency with those 1,000 people that I was mentoring. This is the first time that I'm even taking the chance to be in a space where I'm introducing what I do to other people. So I encourage you all to really take this opportunity over the next few moments to take any notes, to write down any questions that you may have, and be in a space to where you're open-minded. If you're a veteran in this particular industry, I don't want you to limit yourself to small-minded thinking. Small-minded thinking is being introduced to Bitcoin before everybody does it. Small-minded thinking is being introduced to the internet before everybody talks about the internet, and you're saying no Bitcoin, no internet. I want you to now be in a situation to where you look at this and you understand that there is a need for this to be in place. I had a mentor tell me, the only thing that you need to do to stay ahead is you need to be in a space to where you observe the masses and you do the opposite. This is an industry that I'm telling you over the next few moments, it is going to change your perspective on how we're going to present and how the experience of how to sell is going to change for generations. Okay. So this particular company, Set for Life, I'm telling you right now, it is in a situation to where it's being led by people, by individuals that are leaders and trendsetters, people who've already built multi-billion-dollar companies. So I didn't join this particular company just for a person, but let me tell you something, everything rises and falls on leadership. So if you don't have the proper leadership in place, it is going to be very difficult for things to be steady because you don't want to be following a person that doesn't know anything about failure. You don't want to follow a person that doesn't know anything about how to grow something. You don't want to follow a person that does not know anything about disruption. And what I'm introducing you all to when it comes down to the Set for Life program is going to be a disruptor to the industry that we're in. Because most people in this industry got involved before COVID and they did not know that after COVID, a lot of the rules have changed. And most people have limited themselves to being in a space to where they stop wanting to become be a person in this industry because you have to be licensed, or they feel like you have to do what all the other people are doing that are doing whatever is outdated. Okay. So over these next few moments, you're going to see that this particular industry, number one, the reason why I made a decision to join it is because it's a predictable industry. Okay. This is a predictable industry. This is a need-based business to where people can actually hit their financial goals and their targets by servicing people and not selling them a lotion or potion or a product that may or may not even work. Okay. You're going to be introduced to scalable leadership, like I said earlier, for not only you have the opportunity to follow people, but you have the opportunity to be in a space to where now you can become a leader. Now you can now become a leader of leaders. Most people don't have that opportunity at their workplace. Most people will not have that opportunity in certain industries. Why? Because everybody wants to do it. Everybody is in a space to where they're running towards it. And guess what? When everybody joins something and then it all falls, now you're not in a space to where you have the opportunity to be a leader anymore. This is long-term leadership, long-term visions, something that you could see the next 5, 10, 15 years of consistency of your compound interest building up. And if you make a decision to exit, you have the ability to exit. Why? Because you're building something on a strong foundation. Again, you're not selling something that is in a space to where it's not long lasting. Okay. So as I told you before, COVID changed absolutely everything about this industry. And that's the only reason why I'm here today, is because COVID changed everything. If I had to be in a situation where I had to get all of my signatures physically, I would not be here. This industry would not interest me at all. If I had to be in a situation to where I had to wait 45 days for my clients to be approved, this would not be an interest. There's so many different barriers that this industry has put in place because it creates the most millionaires. Because it creates the most millionaires, there's so many different barriers. What we have done is we have taken all of the barriers that an average insurance agent is probably going to have, and we condensed it out all to being able to be solved by utilizing technology. So we have access to electronic signatures, to where majority of the products that we're training our agents on is to be able to sign their applications electronically versus a wet signature. Having the opportunity to not only be local. Most of these people, the way that they're training agents, the way that they're training people in this industry is to just be local. Talk to the person to your left and your right, your neighbor. Talk to the person in your particular state. We're encouraging all of our agents to take advantage of all of the states and not have to leave their local town, not have to leave their area. This is a big deal for most people because they want to have access to people all across the country. But you never knew that you could have access to people all across the country because the person that is leading you is not thinking in that standpoint. You're going to be in a situation to where you're going to have an opportunity to now take as many appointments as you would like per day because we're training you on how to not sit with a person for a couple hours out of your day to explain a person how a policy works. You don't have to do that because we have everything digitally. We have everything in a space to where we're putting everything in front of you to where now you have scripts directly there so you could be in a situation to where you could service your client at the highest level. Okay. Now, we also in a situation to where when you're talking about growing, when you're talking about what is the next level of 2026 and years after, you want to understand that right now in the insurance industry, automatically 54% of the people are already looking for insurance online. 54%. They're already looking for insurance online. They're not in a situation to where they're still waiting on their neighbor to tap them on the shoulder. They're researching this consistently. This is an industry to where in America, out of 300 million people, 102 million of those people are not insured. That means that out of every 3 people, out of every 3 people, one of them do not have any type of insurance. So we're talking about a need-based business. We're talking about a business model to where you're not convincing people of anything. You have a business model where most people already don't have it. And even if they don't understand it, they know that they need it. Because there's several conversations that you can have with a person. There's several questions that you can ask a person And immediately it's a no-brainer. We're talking about $124 trillion of wealth that's being transferred today. Why? Because you have baby boomers that are transitioning their wealth over on a consistent basis. Today, there's over 10,000 people that are turning 65 every single day today. And what's happening is those people are now transitioning to saying, you know what, I want to retire. And when I retire, I want to leave my wealth. I want to transition my 401k portfolios. I need to go ahead and transition all of that wealth. And the people that are going to get wealthy during that transition are the people that are managing that money over time. The people that are in the middle of that transfer that say, you know what, I want to be able to be responsible for transitioning that millions of dollars over to the family. That's how you're going to continue to get wealthy. Okay. And we're talking about being in a situation to where you're now taking advantage of technology. I had somebody tell me today that, man, I'm not tech savvy, Keon. I said, well, you don't really necessarily want to be tech savvy. AI is meant for you to use it, not for you to learn it and study it. AI is meant for you to enhance your skills. For any skills that you lack, you can now allow it to be replaced. So what we have put together here is an opportunity for people to take advantage of not just the technology, but 100% AI ad creation engine, to where 100% of the ads that we're putting out is 100% created by AI, to the point where we can now create a character in less than 20 minutes and dispatch that particular ad and that character to any state and city in this particular country. It could be characterized to the point where we are targeting truckers, nurses, any profession that you could think of, and we're having that particular character have a conversation with that person and educating them and piquing their interest on why having an index universal life policy is important to them, on why having some type of insurance may be important to them. And the reason why we're in a space where we do that is because most people will want to do business with people or want to listen to people that look like them. Simple. A trucker wants to listen to a trucker. A nurse wants to listen to a nurse. A teacher will want to listen to a teacher. So we have advertisements that are being dispatched all across the country that is having conversations with those clients. And what's happening is when those clients are now opting into those advertisements, what happens is they now have a conversation with our AI qualification system that is going to qualify the client to make sure that this is a good client, this is a good fit, that this is this is not a client that is overly financially burdened to where they can't afford what you have, to where this is the perfect client, to where now you're in a space to where when you qualify that particular client, and we're not talking to people that are just giving their name and their number, okay? This AI is having a conversation with these particular clients, and they're getting a lot of details to where by the time they get to you, you're going to know what state they're in. You're going to know their email. You're going to know multiple details about this person. And all you got to do is confirm if this is the correct information. For majority of our new agents, they get access to dynamic scripting. Dynamic scripting means that you're now in a situation to where you have a co-pilot. You have an AI co-pilot that's telling you what to say while you're on the phone with these clients, to the point where whatever that client is saying, the AI is listening to that conversation and it is red flagging every single detail that you're saying to the client, and it's giving you a response in real time. The reason why that is so important is because what we did was we took a 20-year veteran, we took their brain, we took a 30-year insurance veteran, took their brain, and we gave all of the agents access to those 15, 20, 30 years of knowledge day one, to where in reality, you do not need all of the knowledge anymore to be this successful. You don't need all of the knowledge on hand anymore to say, hey, this is the position that I can put you in as your insurance agent. You can now utilize our technology to be in a space to where you can get there just a little bit faster. We don't believe that we have the best insurance. Just to be very candid with you, we have the same insurance that everybody else has access to. We're 100% independent. Independent, meaning that you could be with multiple companies if you wanted to. 100% independent means that you could, we're not going to stop you from making money anywhere else. That's very important. Independent meaning that we give you access to 10, 15, 20 different carriers that you get access to. You're not in a situation where you're focused on one particular company. That's very important to most people. And if it's not important to you, I guarantee you it's very important, because when you have that conversation with your client, now you're able to service them at the highest level. You're not servicing them at a low level because you have access to a catalog. And not only do you have access to a catalog, your AI has taken all of the data points and all of the underwriting requirements from all of those carriers and is giving you the data immediately on if that person is going to be approved or disapproved without having to go through the hassle of having a denial on their record. That's very important. Because when you speak to a client and they tell you certain things, automatically, most agents, they just go ahead and push it through, knowing it's going to get declined because they feel like they have no other option. We've saved a client from being declined, and we've saved an agent from just trying to do things simply to get it out the way. Every person is going to get access to a goal planning engine, meaning that we have given you a customized AI that you can have a full conversation with. Okay, literally, you can have a full conversation that is built specifically for you. Okay, this is not a generic, everybody gets access to this AI. No, this is an AI that knows you, that studies you, that will take you from not knowing what life insurance is to booking your exam, to go ahead and getting your license, to now becoming a successful agent, and now training other people to become a successful agent. To where the AI is going to ask you, what are your goals? And you tell them your goals, and they're going to tell you how much you need to spend on advertisement. Where the AI is going to ask your clients, are they available for your particular schedule? And now the AI is having a conversation with your client to not only keep them on the books, but be able to schedule them on your calendar successfully. There isn't too many places where you can go and you can have that. You also have access to, of course, a post-call coaching AI. So that means that just a few moments ago, I was listening to the phone calls of some of the people on the team, and I was writing down notes, and the notes that I was writing down, I noticed that the AI had already told the agent specifics on what they needed to do. There was no need for me to listen to the calls myself. There was no need for me to write down certain things because the AI had already red flagged what was said right or wrong in that conversation. Now, when you're dealing with, of course, this particular AI machine, you want to look at it as an employee. Okay. You want to look at it as an employee. I'm telling you all right now, AI is not replacing people. Okay. What it's doing is it's enhancing people and it's taking them to the next level. Okay. And it's allowing people to get to where they are 10 times faster. And that's what most people want. Most people do not want to get rich slow. They want to get rich fast. Most people don't want to get better just in the next few years. They want to get better now. And the reason why most people will not get there in a timely manner is because they don't have the leverage of skills. So AI is here to replace the lack of skills. So the first skill that you typically are going to have access to with the AI is lead generation. Is for you to be able to reach people that you could not reach before. Is most people that are in States like California, Wyoming, places that you probably don't even know people at. We're running ads in these particular places, and now they're having access and being directed to you because there's a service that you can provide for them. Access to lead qualification to where you're not wasting your time trying to figure out if a person has enough money. The AI already knows if that person has enough money. That's how powerful not only AI is, but that's how powerful the internet is because it already knows you. It already knows your patterns. Appointment booking to where, let me tell you something. This is a full-time job of booking appointments. I know because I have a full staff that does it, and they do it very, very well. Okay. And when it comes down to appointment booking, the average person that is coming into this particular industry, they're not even thinking about booking appointments because they haven't been trained to. They're thinking about showing up at somebody's house and immediately having a conversation with that person and selling that person. That is where 70% of the industry is today. They're thinking about having a conversation, cold calling 1,000,000 times until you answer the phone and being in a situation where we're going to blow you up and we're going to tell you, did you know that I was calling you about insurance? Well, let's go ahead and get it done now. We're teaching people how to be professionals by giving them an appointment setter and a dynamic script to where they're now in a space to where even if they don't know what to say, if you could read at a third grade level, you'd be successful on that conversation. Because the AI is giving you point A to point B to point C on what to say and how to sell at the highest level, like a veteran that's been in for the last 10 to 15 years. Giving you that access to where most people can't have access to that. This is what it looks like when you're dealing with the Copilot. The Copilot goes into details in regards to what you're going to ask that person. The average phone call that our agents are being on the phone are between 15 to 30 minutes, asking these particular questions and putting in these applications. Because we give them the streamline. We're not having them, oh, give me a second. Let me call my upline and have a conversation with my upline. You know what? Give me a second. Let me log in 10 to 15 different websites to get an understanding. When they get done with the conversation and the person is giving them as much information as possible, what they do is they hit a button at the bottom. It's going to say generate. When they hit generate game plan, it generates the game plan and it tells them from point A to point B on exactly where they need to go ahead and submit that client. And if there's a probability, 80%, 90%, 100%, if that person is going to be approved immediately throughout the conversation. Because if you see here, every single word is going to be translated in the transcript to where they're going to have a clear understanding of what that person is saying. And even if you don't know those prescriptions, our AI has already downloaded over 4,000 to 5,000 prescriptions to where it has a clear understanding on the prescriptions that these companies will approve or disapprove. Now, you tell me a company that will give their agents access to anything like that day one. You tell me an agent that knows prescriptions up to 4,000 to 5,000 prescriptions that would approve day one. Most people don't have that. Most people will not have that without this particular system. We've already proven it. In this particular industry, the reason why I'm going to tell you, this particular industry is so amazing because they're in a space to where they've put so many barriers in place, but they pay so well to where they know that when you go through the hurdle to not only get your license, but you go through the hurdle to find a client that's going to pay for these policies, they know that these clients are going to pay for these policies for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And what they've made a decision to do is they said certain companies that will manage these particular agents at a high level and train these agents at a high level, we're going to give your agents access to what we call advanced commissions. And when your agents get access to advanced commissions, that means that whatever that client is paying on an annual basis, we're going to pay you out immediately. Isn't that amazing? Where else can a person go to be able to create that business relationship? Most people can't. In this particular industry, you're going to have access to be able to get to a level as fast as possible. financially because of advanced commissions and how you're looking at it. So let's say, for example, we meet with the client, sale number one, and they're paying $2,642 per year. That means that the insurance company, this is just a scenario for most people that are looking, just to give you an instance on how the insurance industry works, okay? And the reason why I stayed very quiet over the last 5 years in this industry and done very well. You'll be in a space to where that commissions will be out to be $1,981. Let's say the second sale that person does, $3,600. Guess what? The commissions is $2,700. Okay. You got a person that's doing about $400 a month. That's $3,700 in commissions. This is how the commissions work in insurance. That person is now able to do $10,000 just within 4 sales. 4 sales. You could have did that for a week, or you could have did that for a month. But you were able to hit your goal. The industry standard, the industry person would not be able to get to this level. Not that fast. We're able to get you to your level 10 times faster because not only are we in a space where we're firing all of the other jobs that you've adopted. The average person that's in this industry, they've made a decision to adopt jobs that they're probably not good at. You're not good at marketing, so you force yourself. You're not good at qualifying your client, so you force yourself. You're not good at following up with your client, so you force yourself to be. We have fired all of these positions, so now you can only focus on one thing, and that's getting on the phone. And as long as you can get on the phone and read at a 3rd grade level, now you can have better results. This is what we have been able to do for people because of technology. Once a policy is in a situation to where it's in effect, you'll be paid out. Typically, the way that the advancements work is they would pay out 9 months advance upfront. This particular company pays out on Fridays plus bonuses for individuals. One thing I love about how we have our commission schedule set up is that there are no barriers. And what do I mean by barriers? Again, I've been in this industry for 5 years, and I've joined multiple companies that say, well, man, if you hit this particular target, we'll think about promoting you. Or if you hit this particular target for 5 months consecutive, we would think about promoting you. Well, how many promotions do I get if I hit that target? Well, we'll give you maybe 1 promotion. Well, guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, our commission go all the way up to 120% on each policy on your own pen. On your own pen means that you're writing alone. You can go from a 70% commission rate to 120% commission rate on your own in 30 days. There are no barriers. There's no barriers that are stopping you. They don't have to say, well, you have to do this, and then you got to do this, and then you got to join here. Then you got to recruit 5 to 10, 30 different people in order to get here. If you hit the numbers, now your commissions is now increased. You've given yourself a 50% bonus. Now, I dare you to go back to your job and tell them, hey, listen, I listened to this young man last night, and I think I deserve a 50% bonus because I brought more income into this company, because I was in a space to where I did better. They're going to tell you, they're going to look at you crazy. They're going to look at you like, what are you talking about? You now have the opportunity to take advantage of the business relationships with the insurance companies that are going to get paid for 30 years. And they say, we're going to give you about close to about 2 years up front. Most places you can't do that. And you could do that if you do a sale. Let's just say you do a sale once a week. You're in a space to where we're looking at $3,900 per week. Okay, that's on average about $15,000 a month, just on a simple average sale, a simple sale of $125 a month. You do two sales a day. That's about $7,800 per week. That's going to put you at $30,000 per month. Now, there's no hype here, but most of you all, you're in a situation where if you're looking at this and you're saying, hey, listen, I could take advantage of talking to doing 2 sales a day. I do way more than that. I talk to way more than 2 people a day, and they're paying way more than $125. But imagine if you're doing it with this type of partnership, with this type of technology, with this type of game plan. The career that you're going to build here is not necessarily a career to where you're just doing it yourself. You not only just have what I've learned is that the companies that are going to be at a high level over these next few years, the companies that are going to win at a high level, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me very carefully, are the companies that have a balance between AI and human touch. Okay. You don't want to go too far AI, and you don't want to go too far human touch because you get left behind. You want to have a even balance. So here at Set for Life, we have that even balance to where we give you access to the leadership, to where you're going to have access to a person to figure things out too. But you also have access to AI to enhance the ability to say, you know what, I'm a self-starter. I want to figure out how to do it myself. I want to figure out how to take off myself. You're going to have that ability. Okay. And then we also give you the ability to become a leader of leaders, to where now if you say, I want to have the advantage to help a person make their first $1,000, to help a person make their first $10,000, how can I duplicate myself because I've already done it? We're giving you access to that, to where you can build an agency here, and you can necessarily earn overrides in this particular segment. Every business has it, but our particular business model is going to allow you to get there faster because there's a predictable business model. Most people aren't talking about AI, not in this old, outdated industry. Most people are talking about how to go knock the next door, how to go cold call the next person, how to go buy leads to call people who never even knew that they signed up for insurance. And that's ridiculous. That is not a better way to win. That's a horrible way to win. That's a hard way to win. What we're giving people is an easy way to win, to where we're not upselling you a lead. We're not, all of these leads are not cheap leads. These are not 50-cent leads or $1 lead that we're giving you. These are leads that come directly to you, to where whatever the marketing budget is for that particular day, if that lead costs you $15, these are fresh leads that come directly to you, to where that person may have just put in that information 10 seconds ago. And our AI reached out to that particular person, and now they're getting booked on your schedule. That is how simple the process is. When you get on when you have a conversation with that client, then you pretty much are now in a situation where you can service them, whether it's a question, you can build a relationship to where now you can service them to where you're doing more than just their insurance. You're now doing their insurance on their family. You're now being in a situation to where you're that go-to person. And typically, you probably would have never had access to speak with that person before. You probably would have never had access to talk to a person that lives on the opposite side of the country as you. Because you have a partnership with advertisement, you'll be able to do that. Okay. Now, what typically happens here, when you're talking about team building, is you're in a situation where typically most people, they're following, most agencies and companies and IMOs or whatever, they're following the old, outdated A.L. Williams model, to where there's certain base shops that you would need to hit a certain level, and you get punished for hitting a certain level. Okay. Now, when I say punished, I mean that you typically lose volume. I know it sounds weird. Why would somebody want to do that? I don't know, but they've been doing it over the last 40 years. Here with this particular commission schedule is very simple, very easy. You want people to get to the level that you're at. So even if you're at 120%, and if your team or a team member of yours get to 120%, guess what? You're not in a space to where you're envious because now you lose your override, like most people in this industry get. They try to keep you down so they can continue to make an override. We encourage you to get to the highest level possible, because we will pay you an extra 25% bonus on allowing your team to get to your level. So there is an incentive for people to get to the next level. There's an incentive for me to help you, or for the AI to be incentivized to work so you can get to the next level. Most companies, they don't have that. 99.9% of the companies and agencies, they don't have that. Once you get to their level, they're not helping you out anymore. They're not as beneficial to you anymore because they don't see you as beneficial to them. Okay. And I'm only speaking in regards to this to people that see this. And I've seen somebody put in the chat, I'm already in the insurance industry. Well, if you're already in the insurance industry, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're a person that's saying, you know what, hey, listen, I like myself, I've made over $1 million on my own pen. Guess what? You know how selfish that is to be in a space to where you've done very well and you never want to train people on how to do it. Well, guess what? I made a selfish decision because I knew that it would be, number one, it would be easier for me to go bankrupt if I was to go try to help people without the proper tools and systems. It would be easier for me to give up on people because I had no guidance for them. I had to tell them to go talk to all their family and friends, and for them to depend on their family and friends to buy insurance. And they come from different communities that probably don't even buy insurance. That doesn't make any sense to me. Or I'm only depending on the next step method. What does that mean? That means you call me, we have a conversation, and then once you get done with that, then I give you the next steps 10, 15 different times. I'm not giving you everything all at once. That's called barriers. That's hurting a person. That's putting a person in a position to where they can only depend on you. Imagine trying to build very, very big and doing that. That is going to be depressing. That's what made me say, you know what? I have to show people this particular platform. I have to be in a situation to where I could show people that when they come in, they're going to get access to AI. The first AI is Atlas. It's going to be your daily coach that's going to give you your numbers. Echo is going to be your agent that's going to show you how to draft text messages on who do you need to speak to for the day. Who is on your calendar for the day? What do you need to say to them? What messages need to go out to them? Maven is going to be your coaching call. Maven is listening to all of the phone calls that you're making and helping you make a decision. Roots is going to be your team coach, to where if you made a decision to build an agency or to build a team, now you have the ability to build it without having to ask a million questions to your upline. You technically don't need one because you could still be successful because Roots will give you even better answers than your upline would. Or you're now in a situation to where you're having a conversation with Quill, and Quill is your underwriting expert, to where you may not understand underwriting, but you don't have to understand underwriting just as well. You're not waiting for upline to get back to you. The underwriter can now be Quill, and you can easily get a message immediately that will tell you if that client is going to be approved or disapproved, or if these are conditions that this company would take. It's going to enhance your skills. Now you have a pilot that's going to give you access to the details of this platform, that's going to show you this command center from top to bottom on where you need to go to be more efficient in your sales, and more details on what you're looking for, where you can get access to where you can purchase your leads and be in a space to where you could see more specifics on what you have done on a consistent basis, to where if you made a decision to say, you know what, I want to get access to 48 states in this country. I want my business to be everywhere. I don't want it to be local. I want it to be everywhere. Now you're in a situation to where you can gauge how much you want to dispatch into this lead system, to where you could say, I want to spend about $1,400 on these particular leads this week. What's the average that my profit would be? Worst case scenario, you get 54 leads, you convert 16 to have a conversation, and now you do 5 sales, your average profit is 4,000. But if you say, hey, Ken, if you give me 54 leads, I can close more. I can close 50% of them. Then you do the math yourself. But guess what? The AI is going to know your numbers. Because how do you get this, Keon? You get this because the AI is going to tell you if you're at a 30% closing ratio and you typically are doing 5 sales, this is what's going to happen for you. You're not having to guess. You have a clear blueprint to get to your financial goals. You're not having to put yourself in a position to where you're playing, oh Lord, please let me have a new client come in today. Oh Lord, please let me find somebody that wants to buy my insurance today. You have a blueprint to where you can get to where you're looking to get to 10 times faster, because the work is being done. You have dispatched employees all across the country that will do it for you, to where even if you're in a space to where you don't understand, it's going to tell you what the AI is doing for you. The AI is doing your underwriting. The AI is doing your appointment setting. The AI is your coach and giving you access to a full coaching platform to show you exactly what you could do. Even if you needed to be in a situation to where you're starting off, you're like, Keon, well, I don't even have my license yet. We give you a full blueprint right here on where to start. We're not going to tell you to go start at step 10. We don't want you to start at step 10. We want you to start at step 1. We have some people on the call. They went through the platform. They've taken our advice. Our average person is passing their test in 3 to 5 days of them being introduced to a call just like this. 3 to 5 days. So all of you all that have this limited thinking of 30 days and 2 months to get you, no, get rid of that. Here we set the expectations high, and you'll be in a situation to where you could study with our AI over the next few days, not weeks, not months, the next few days, and you have enough knowledge to go in there and pass your exam when you follow our blueprint. What amazes me the most about our system is that we have the opportunity to now be in a situation to where we're not attracting people who want to make more money. We're attracting people that have already made a lot of money, but know that they want to be in a situation to where they can streamline themselves and help themselves become more duplicatable 10 times faster. And guess what? The only way to do that is to join a company that understands how to leverage a system. Most people don't have that. Most people wouldn't know where to start. Now I know where to tell you where to start, whether you're an agent or whether you're not an agent. Just to where Justin said his daughter just passed the test in 1 week. Yvonne said he passed his test on his first try by utilizing the blueprint that we're putting in front of people's face. The average person is coming to this industry and being told that it's going to take 2 months. That is ridiculous. Because guess what? They don't have all the steps right here in front of them. They don't have access to the levels that they can go into. The average agent is taking their time to make their sales because they don't have access to a platform to where they can go in and practice their calls because they're so nervous. They don't have the training. They're waiting on the upline to train them and teach them. Well, guess what? We have a platform to where we can have an AI scheduled just for you. You can say, hey, listen, I want a female voice. I want a male voice. I want to be in a situation where I have a conversation. And guess what? You have that conversation with that particular AI. Now you're prepared because the AI is going to give you the same challenges that a client would. And now you're prepared to get on the phone with these clients, to have a conversation with these clients and be able to service them at a high level, at the highest level possible. Or now you could be in a situation to where if you are a leader, I don't want to click this tag. I don't want you guys to see anybody's information, but how important is it to know what is happening in your business? So important. It's so important, especially if you're a leader of leaders, to know if your person is if they're hitting their goals. Because now I can know what I need to do. Where do I need to motivate them to hit their goals faster? As soon as an agent come into the Set for Life family, we have an AI that's going to dispatch all of your information to the insurance companies for you to get contracts between you and the insurance company, and you didn't have to do anything but click a button. Typically, what happens is you have to do a whole bunch of conversations back and forth between you and the insurance company, back and forth, and you tell them, hey, well, I didn't know about this and I didn't know about that, and here's my insurance for here and here's that. Well, guess what? The AI is doing it all for you. And the email that you're going to receive at the end is, here is your number. Congratulations. You've been approved with F&G. You've been approved with National Life Group. You've been approved with Americo, some of the biggest companies in this country that have all been around over 100 plus years. You're now leveraging their access, not you. And guess what? Then people that are buying from you, they don't care about you. They want to know more specifics about not who you are, but the relationship between these companies that have been around 100 plus years, the relationships between the companies that are transitioning and passing on wealth to individuals for the last 200 years. That's what they want to know about. And that's what you're going to be able to leverage for them. Every person that comes into the Set for Life family, they have an email that they're going to have access to where they're not just giving their clients their little Gmails. You're not getting it's not going to be richard@gmail.com. Okay. It's going to be whatever your name is at our company, more professional. It's just going to allow a person to trust you just a little bit better. Every person is going to be able to get their own website with their particular credentials. So now they can see, okay, who is this person that I'm on the phone with? What is their national producer's number? What products can they introduce to me? Oh my goodness, I need some final expense. Let me go ahead and see. Wow, what states is this person licensed in? You tell me what insurance agent day one has access to a website with their credentials. You tell me how many insurance agents will allow you to be in a situation where you can click book a call and their schedule is immediately right there. And they know exactly where to go, to where it could be very simple, where they can just book a call specifically with you. This is not, these are platforms where you don't have to go to GoDaddy.com to go ahead and create a website for yourself. You don't have to hire a marketing team to go do it for yourself. If you're impressed by that, imagine how our phone system works. We have what we call a power dialer. That means that we're in a situation to where we can make up to 100 calls in the same second and be in a situation to where all of these phone calls are being dispatched and the clients are receiving phone calls in their particular area code from your AI transpondent. And that AI is having a conversation with that particular with that particular client. And the reason why they picked up is because it's a local number that we've dispatched out. Every single agent will have access to our catalog of numbers to where they don't have to call from their own phone call. And now they've turned their phone into a spam number. Every time that there's 50 dials that comes from your particular number that's in that local area, it gets thrown away and then we buy you a new number. Because we don't want you to go on the spam list at all. We want your clients to be able to answer. That's how thorough we have created this product. That's how thorough our platform has become. Because we understand what people are looking for in 2026 and 7. And we understand that majority of the industry is looking for this. They just want to make a decision if they're going to do it with you. And these are the small differentiators that are going to determine if you're going to be able to do that. And we create momentum. We understand that human touch is very powerful. So we have the boiler room where you can log in and listen to a person do dials. We create competitions to where we have a competition right now in the company to where it's males versus females. I don't know what happened. Whoever wins, I have no idea. I genuinely don't. But it's creating that competition alone is allowing people to be motivated to say, you know what, I can't wait to go help people in the morning. Just to have that type of community to where they know exactly where they are. And guess what? The numbers are being posted. If you want to see the number, I'll show you the number. The numbers are being posted to what people are doing on a consistent basis, to be able to see, hey, where do I stand? Where do I stand here this month? Where do I stand here this month? You can see the top people in the company right now, boys, 57,000 for the month. And this month is month 7. Or I'm sorry, for the week. For the week. So over the last 2 days, boys have submitted 57,000. Girls have submitted 33,000. And what's going to happen? All it's going to do is create more camaraderie over and over and over again, because we understand that we have a product that is a need-based product, and it's a product that people want, but they're going to need incredible salespeople to be able to. That's why I love this industry, because this is not a business model to where you can just go to Walmart and buy life insurance. You can't do that. This thing has to be sold because you asked the question, or because our advertisement has been put in front of people to make a decision to say, this is exactly what I need. This is exactly what I need to do. So you're now in a situation to where if you make a decision to be with, of course, the Set for Life family, our goal is, and we're going to hit our goals within the first 18 months, but we're going to sell as an agency. There's so many different people that have sold their agencies. And we're going to sell because there's nobody out there that has what we have. It's not stopping them from duplicating what we have, but in reality, they're just not going to do it. Okay. They're not going to do it because people have already, they're too comfortable where they are. We're making people uncomfortable where they are. And with our technology, of course, we've already met with hedge funds all across the company, some of the biggest hedge funds that are looking to go public. And they've already stated that the book of businesses that are looking to be built is going to sell for 10 to 20 times multiple. If you guys know anything about business and you know anything about EBITDAs, that is another level. And there are people that have already done it in this industry alone. The average book of business that's being sold in this particular insurance industry usually goes for a 3 to 4 range. So if you build $1 million business and you're earning $1 million per year, typically you can only sell it for about 3 to 4 million. Okay. What I'm saying to you all today is, because of this technology, because we're the first company that is going to have all of the recordings of every single sale that our agents are doing, is because we're going to have all of the data of every single agent that comes into our particular agency, and we're going to have access to all of the marketing. Now we're in a situation to where we can sell for 10 to 20 times multiple. And when I say I mean that you have access to, that you have full access to be able to do that. And you can sell your agency for 10 to 20 times multiple because you have equity in this particular technology. Okay. And this is not something that most people haven't done. Most people have already, there are people that have already done it. So there's a few types of people that's on this call right now. Okay. A few types of people. Let's make this very clear. A few types of people that are on this call right now. You've seen this. If you're number one, you're seeing this and you're saying, Keon, I need something different for 2026. Okay. I may be doing good at where I'm already at. I may be well where I'm already at. I may be doing well, but I think I just need to check out this technology because I don't have access to this type of technology, not at this level, not this type of AI at this level. Even if I may not even know about life insurance, I may not even have a license, but I want to take advantage of this in some sort of way. I want you all to put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you're that first person. If you're that first person, put a 1 in the chat. If you're saying, you know what, this is something I've never seen anything like this before, but something is sparking me to take advantage. I just want to look at it. I want to just take advantage of what we're looking at. Okay. All right. We got a couple ones that are coming in. We got a couple ones that are coming in. Perfect. I just want to know who I'm talking to. Okay. So there's another type of person. There's another type of person. The second type of person is the type of person that says, I'm not just going to take a look at this. I'm going to dominate this. I'm going to be in a situation to where I say, you know what? Not only I've probably already been in the industry, I probably already made a couple 6, 7 figures in this particular industry, but I now want to be in a situation to where I take advantage of this, and I want to take advantage of being able to sell something. I want to go full throttle. Keon, when you seen it, I know what you saw. I want to do what you're doing. I want to be able to build an agency. I want to help people because I've already had success in this industry. Put a number 2 in the chat if that's you. You're probably already licensed. You're probably already saying, you know what? I want to take advantage of this. I want to be a number 2. All right, we got some 2s. We got some 2s. This is what I want you all to do. Okay, whether you're a 1 or 2. Now, if you're not in those categories, you can still, you could join, get in where you fit in. If you're not in one of those categories, let me explain this for you. This is what you're going to do. Okay, you can only start with tier 1, whether you're 1 or 2. You can only start with tier 1. Okay, and tier 1 says in order to get access to the platform is $199 to start. Okay, that's one time to get started. We do promotions every now and then. Last weekend, of course, we did a July 4th promotion. That promotion is over, but we do them every now so often. Okay, but if you want to get started into the platform, guess what? $199, $99 a month every month after. You get access to the website. You get access to the training. You get access to the boiler room. You get access to the AI support. You get access to the contracting. You can go out here and you can go make sales. You can go talk to 100 of your family members. You'll get access to advanced commissions. No, nothing is stopping you. Okay. You get access to advanced commissions. You get paid the same. You have the opportunity to go from 70% to 120% commissions on your own pen. So you don't have to wait for us. You don't have to do anything. Okay. Now, if you're in a situation to where you start off at tier 1, eventually, once you get your contracts, now you have access to tier 2. Okay. Tier 2 is where now you have that lead generation. That lead generation is now where the AI is now working for you, to where now you can dispatch leads to 9 states or 24 states or 30 states or 48 states, to where now the AI is being dispatched all over the place. Okay. And that's tier 2, to where now you're in a space to where you're taking advantage of that for about $250 a week. If you've already been in the industry, you know that it's going to cost you way more than $250 a week for a full-time employee. Way more. Not only do you get an AI full-time employee, you get one of them, but you're going to get 5. You're going to get 5. Okay. I take advantage of it myself. And then we give you your first week free. Okay. But remember, you can only start with tier 1. What does tier 2 get you? It gets you everything. It's going to give you that power dial. It's going to give you that AI qualification. It's going to have the AI completely work for you. That is not something that you're in a situation where you start with today. That's not even something that you can be in a situation where you take advantage of today at all, for anybody that is a 1 or a 2. Okay. But it is very strongly suggested as time go on. If you want to build your book of business a certain type of way, we're not going to stop you. Okay. But let me tell you something. This is not just a company. Okay. This is not just a company. This is a complete movement that is going to disrupt the way that people are selling insurance. It's going to disrupt the way that people are earning income in today's time. And it's going to disrupt your goals. Whatever you're thinking of, you're going to be able to think a lot bigger. What I would suggest you do, what you need to do right now, today, is you need to go ahead and send a message. Right now, it's 9:01 Eastern Standard Time. Okay. By 9:02 Eastern Standard Time, you should have already sent a message to the person that messaged you, and you say, I need to be in. Just let them know, I need to be in. I need to know more. I need to be into this platform. And what they're going to do is they're going to get back with you and they're going to answer your questions. They're going to give you that guidance. So you need to go ahead and send that message right now. It's 9:02. If you haven't sent it yet, you want to send it by 9:03. And you want to be a part of this movement, because this is not a movement where people are making, we're going to make money on people being in the system. No, we don't make money on the system. What happens is we have a movement and we say, listen, we're going to disrupt the industry. This industry is $1 billion industry. We're going to disrupt this industry and we're going to take this industry to the next level. And if we want to bring people with us, I could have joined any other company. I could have joined hundreds of other companies. There's so many different companies but I chose to win with these people because of their leadership, because of their integrity, because of their vision, and because of their ability to think bigger. Oh my goodness, think bigger. It's very rare that I meet people in today's time that think bigger. They're so complacent. I don't want to meet complacent people. So I'm excited for you all that made a decision tonight to join this call. Thank you all for joining this call. But I really believe that I'm going to see you all at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Go ahead and send out those messages to those people. And I'm going to see you all at the top because the bottom's way too crowded. And I truly believe that you deserve it. Let's go.
Cause you're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give you my heart. Cause you're a sky full of stars. Cause you light up the path. I don't care if you wanna tear me apart. I don't care if you do. See the sky, stars. Beneath the sun. Cause in your eyes, there's a spark. I wanna die in your arms. Oh, oh, oh. 'Cause you get light.